So today we unfortunately have to open up a can of worms because both Clayton Kershaw and Mookie Betts were asked questions about the Dodgers' newest hire. His name is JT Watkins, and if you're like, Fuzzy, what does JT Watkins have to do with this? I don't even know who that is. Well, he was suspended for a year back in 2018. He was kind of blamed as the mastermind for the Apple Watch cheating scandal for the 2018 Red Sox. So now that JT Watkins has been hired by the Dodgers reporters have taken it upon themselves to stir the pot. They actually asked Kershaw as well as Mookie Betts about JT Watkins getting hired. The 2017 Astros were brought up. Mookie Betts admitted that everyone was cheating. So yeah, there's a lot to get into. We also have to talk about Luke Voit finding himself a new team, and also the Twins, they're continuing their pretty good offseason with yet another free agent signing. Now, before we get into all of that mess, I do want to show this clip of Ronald Acuna Jr. versus Max Fried in spring training camp. It's so beautiful. If that doesn't get you excited for baseball, I don't know what will. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the two signings that were made yesterday. Luke Voit is going to the Brewers on a minor league deal, so this is very much a prove if you can still be a productive major league hitter. He does not have a guaranteed spot, and the thing that I thought is, okay, Luke Voit, he's going to be a platoon guy with Jesse Winker because obviously Luke Voit, a right-handed hitter, he's going to hit better against lefties. Actually, for Luke Voit's career, in 243 games, he's hitting worse against lefties with a slugging percentage that is nearly 60 points lower than when he's facing righties. Having Luke Voit doesn't really make sense because Rowdy Tellez, he's going to face righties as well. So Luke Voit, if he does end up making the team, he's going to be someone that is just out there to give Jesse Winker a day off, to give Rowdy Tellez a day off. He's not someone that is going to mash lefties, although he does have a .330 career on base percentage versus lefties, so he's going to strike out often, but at least he's going to take his walk. But then again, Luke Voit has always been pretty good at getting on base, aside from 2022. Gone are the days where Luke Voit was one of the most fearsome hitters in all of baseball. He has a lot more holes in his game. He did lead the league in home runs back in 2020. In that shortened season, he had 22. He was the home run king. He was top 10 in MVP. I don't know if the Brewers are going to have a spot for the guy, but if he does make it, I feel like Milwaukee is a perfect place for Luke Voit to kind of rebound. He's only 32 years old, so it's not like he's decrepit and an old man. He can bounce back. I'm sure of it. One more player I do want to talk about. The Minnesota Twins have picked up a very sneaky good hitter, in my opinion, Donovan Solano. He has one of the best nicknames in baseball. They call him Donnie Barrels, and the reason why they do that is because since 2019, in 316 games, Donovan Solano is hitting .301. He is one of 4 hitters since 2019 until 2022 to have a combined 300 average or better. So he's good at getting on base. He's good at hitting for average. The only thing is they're kind of empty stats because he doesn't slug at all. He's going to hit the gap every so often, but Donovan Solano, he's played every single position aside from right field and catcher. So he's going to be in that same conversation as Michael A. Taylor as someone that is going to give Byron Buxton a day off. Maybe Joey Gallo and Max Kepler days off every so often. Or he's going to give someone like Jorge Polanco a day off. Because again, Solano, he is a Swiss Army knife. He's going to get on base and he can play a bunch of different positions. So the Twins, in my opinion, I'll give them their flowers. Even as a Guardians fan, I can give them props and say that, hey, they weren't that great in 2022 because they were absolutely demolished by injuries. They're healthier going into 2023. They do have a pitching staff to rely on, and now they have a bunch of different platoon guys or guys that can just go in and give someone a day off, aka Byron Buxton. All right, let's go ahead and open up that can of worms. So it all starts with this guy right here, JT Watkins. If you don't remember that name, he was kind of the mastermind, or at least he was blamed as the mastermind and centerpiece of the Apple Watch scandal back in 2018. He was suspended a full season, and he just got hired by the Dodgers. So of course, Dodgers reporters, they're trying anything to get clicks. They asked Clayton Kershaw if he was bothered by the Dodgers hiring JT Watkins, and he says no, because there's a clear distinction of what JT Watkins did and what the Astros did. So again, the Astros, that 2017 debacle just can't go away. So if you don't remember what JT Watkins was responsible for, whenever there was a runner in scoring position, JT Watkins would use his Apple Watch to signal what pitch was coming, but it only happened when runners are in scoring position. So that's what Clayton Kershaw is trying to say. The Red Sox, yes, they were using technology and cheating, but it was only when runners were in scoring position. So I guess that's his way of saying it wasn't as bad as the Astros, because the Astros, again, if we go back, they had a camera in center field and they were banging on trash cans every single at bat pretty much. I mean, the only one that didn't really use it was Jose Altuve. So Clayton Kershaw doesn't have an issue with JT Watkins being hired by the Dodgers, and neither does Mookie Betts, because Mookie Betts, he admitted that he was aware of the Red Sox stealing signs, and then he even said, everybody was. So honestly, this might be a hot take, but the more information that comes out about the 2018 Red Sox, I know the Yankees had some issues as well, but they were kind of cleared of any wrongdoing after they were told to stop. It just seems like, yes, everyone was cheating. I'm not saying that the Astros should be vindicated, but the more and more I think about it, the more and more that stuff comes out, it just seems like they were the scapegoat. Although having a camera in center field and banging on trash cans, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But then again, everyone was cheating. Realistically, if you break it down, the Red Sox, they were using technology to steal signs. Whenever there was a runner in scoring position, the Apple Watch was used to relay the signs to the guy on second base. And a lot of people are saying, you know what, everyone does that. Signs have been getting stolen from second base for as long as we can remember, but even though you might be right at that point, sometimes you're out there at second and you just think that you have the right sign and then you end up giving the wrong signal to the hitter and you actually do more harm. The Red Sox, they were pretty much getting the correct call every single time, but again, only when a runner was in scoring position. I guess that's the main difference between the Red Sox and the Astros. The Astros were using it pretty much every single at bat, whereas the Red Sox, I guess they saved it for when it mattered, when ducks were on a pond, runners in scoring position. Mookie Betts later went on to say that the Red Sox did not cheat in the World Series, and he pretty much said that even though he was aware of the sign stealing system, it wasn't used in the playoffs. He said that we had a good team, give us some credit. Yes, the Red Sox were a great team. Mookie Betts won MVP that year, but because you decided to speak on it, a lot of people are digging into the stats of Mookie Betts in 2018, and they found something crazy. Now, this is all speculation. I am simply playing devil's advocate based off what JT Watkins was suspended for. The Red Sox, they were signaling signs to hitters when runners were in scoring position. If we take a look at Mookie Betts with runners in scoring position in 2018, he hit .325 with an almost 500 on base percentage, and the thing that pops out to me for the season, he had 91 strikeouts to 81 walks, so he had a pretty good eye. But when runners were in scoring position, it was all-time great. He had 28 walks to 9 strikeouts. And he had a 219 OPS plus, which is mind-blowing. So again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not someone that is going to justify the Red Sox cheating because the Astros were cheating in a worse way. And Mookie Betts, as well as Clayton Kershaw, if I was in their shoes, I probably would have just said, next question. We believe in JT Watkins and what he brings to our ball club. What happened in the past is in the past. We've moved on. Everyone learned from it. We're going to be fine going forward. I wouldn't even said that everyone was cheating. That just opens up a full can of worms that we should not be getting into. Were the Astros the biggest cheaters and probably because of that made the scapegoat? Absolutely. Having a camera in center field and banging on trash cans when no one is on base, that's going to get you in trouble every single time. The Red Sox, in my opinion, they still cheated with using technology. It just wasn't as bad. But for me, when you cheat, there's no, that was worse. It's still cheating. If you were in a relationship with someone and they were out there behind your back talking dirty, even though it's not as bad as if that someone went out and physically was intimate with someone, I still consider both cheating. And I guess there are levels to everything, but when it comes to cheating and using technology, it's all the same to me. But apparently to Mookie Betts, it might have been okay because everyone was cheating. So just like we showed that Ronald Acuna Jr. home run to kind of cleanse the palate, I'm going to do the same thing with Kyle Schwarber. He took Andrew Painter deep. Andrew Painter is one of the top prospects in baseball. He's like 6'7", 6'8". He throws gas. And Schwarber, he did this.
Whoa! Hey, wait.